What's going on, Wolves? Welcome back to another episode of the Wake Up with the Wolf podcast. It is your host, Silva, and today we're going to be talking about mindset. Now, why are we talking about mindset? We're talking about mindset because I feel like that is the main thing that all of you guys struggle with. I get questions upon DMs, across comments of you guys asking, how can I get more motivated? How can I get more disciplined? How can I deal with my past trauma? How can I transform my life? How can I deal with the negative internal thoughts? I'm telling you, I get hundreds upon hundreds of questions around mindset on a monthly basis. And I wanted to kind of talk about how you guys can create a more clear and calm mind on a daily basis. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying, I'm going to put out a little disclaimer at the beginning of this by saying that I'm not a fucking therapist, right? I'm not a guru. I'm not an expert in this stuff. I'm just going to teach you what I do, right? I'm just going to express what I've done. I'm going to tell you about why it's worked for me, and hopefully, if you implement it, it will start working for you. Make sense? You see, when it comes down to all of my podcast episodes, because now we're actually over around 505 podcast episodes, by the way, which is fucking dope. We're sitting at 135-star ratings on this show as well, which is fucking dope. All right. It's something that I've always wanted to do from the very beginning, and that is just share my actual methods, my strategies, my daily routine, the things that I do on a daily basis that I implement in order to become the individual that I've always wanted to be. You see, I don't fucking believe in talking about things that I don't understand. So I'm not going to try to explain something that I just read out of my textbook. I'm only going to explain something that I've implemented in real life that has helped me. So hopefully you can take away that same action and go help yourself. When it comes down to your mindset, you guys need to find something that works for you. You need to find something that triggers emotion in you. You need to find something that pushes you to become the best version of you if you want to reach that next level that you've always dreamed of reaching. What is my definition of the key to a calm and clear mind? What do I think the key to a calm and clear mind is? Brain dumping, getting the thoughts out of your head in the first place. If you guys are listening to the audio only replay, you can only hear this. But if you guys are on the live streams as I go live every day, these are 3 different journals. Right, one just says notes. The other one says plans for world domination because I've got a little bit of psycho fucking world villain / world hero in my brain. And the other one is the Power List by Andy Frisella, your daily guide to dominating life. Now, I'm going to break down these 3 books for a minute. I'm going to express how I have utilized them to help me create a clear and calm mind, regardless of what situation I go into. If you guys were able to talk to anybody who spends a lot of time with me on a daily basis, you would hear that I am very at peace. There's not a lot that bothers me. There's not a lot that throws me off. There's not a lot that gets in my head. I'm very focused on a daily basis. And if there is something that comes in that ruins or tries to ruin my mood, I'm able to kind of pivot and brush it off. Use the momentum of that negative energy to keep moving forward and not let it throw me off my path. Why? Because of these journals. And also because of my notes app on my phone. Let's first talk about the notes app on my phone before I dive into these journals and express how I utilize them. First and foremost, I believe in vocalizing what is in my brain in order to kill the negative thoughts and keep pushing forward. You see, I've always believed in vocalizing positivity to kill internal negativity. I've always believed in vocalizing what you want, because we usually only vocalize what we don't want. We usually only vocalize the things that are stopping us from getting to where we want to be. We only ever vocalize the shit that stresses us out, that overwhelms us, that pisses us off. But when it comes to you speaking about your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, you guys are usually dead fucking silent. And I had no idea how to express the exercise to you guys. I didn't know how to articulate my words to give you guys more value until myself and Cole had a conversation and he did this with me. And I was like, this is perfect. Now I can do it with you guys. So if you are listening to this, unless you are driving, I want you to do me a favor and I want you to close your eyes. All right, do this exercise with me. It will completely transform the way that you guys act when you get stressed out, overwhelmed, or pissed off on a daily basis. All right, just close your eyes and listen to my voice for a minute, whether you're on the live stream or the podcast audio only replay. Now, while you are sitting here listening to me, all right, listening to me with your eyes closed, I want you to follow the count that I am about to start in your head. Don't say it out loud. Don't write it down anywhere. Just follow along with me while I am counting to 10 in your head. And don't stop counting in your head until I tell you to. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep counting. All right? Keep counting. You should be passing 9 by now. Keep counting. Now, out loud, say your name. What happened to the count inside your head? It stopped. And it's because you cannot have an internal dialogue when you are vocalizing, when you are speaking aloud, when you guys are getting shit out. So something that I do every day on top of these journals is I go into the notes pad on my phone and I have 2 notes. One is called gratitude and the other one is affirmations. So instead of just writing down gratitudes and affirmations, doing all, again, quote unquote hippy dippy bullshit that we always talk about. All right. I call it hippy dippy bullshit, but it's definitely not bullshit. It has a place in everyone across the board. Instead of just writing stuff down, I vocalize. Why? Because just like I spoke about in the last podcast where I talked about the paintings that I got, when I talked about the gifts that I received, I deal with self-doubt, frustration, all right, a lack of motivation, a lack of inspiration on a daily basis. When I open up my phone and I hit that gratitude note and I hit voice text and I just talk and get all my thoughts out, it helps put me in a very positive, enlightened space. Same thing with affirmations. I don't just write my shit down, I vocalize it. I get it the fuck out. I share that first thing with you guys because next time you are feeling extremely negative internally, you have this battle going on in your brain about how you're not good enough and how nobody loves you and how you can't get anywhere and how you can't see success and this person wronged you and this person wronged you and why can't I catch a break and blah, 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 blah. You guys know what I'm talking about. When you guys are dealing with that shit internally, I want you to vocalize some sort of positivity. Go into your fucking notes and write and say 10 to 15 things that you are grateful for that day. Let's start mixing up the way that we are approaching this shit. That's the first thing that I do every day, 365 days a year. The second key, again, to creating a clear and calm mind is journaling. Right now, again, I consider the voice notes in my phone journaling, but I also utilize these books, right? Plans for World Domination. I always write down different ideas I have in here, visions for my future, what I would like to achieve in my businesses, how I would like my clothing brand to look, how I would like my fitness app to look, my different things that I'm doing with Julia. Like I use this as my ideation journal to get shit out because it helps me become more creative. When I have an idea and I write it the fuck down and I get it down on paper, I'm able to look back at it and start mind mapping how it's going to work and how I'll be able to see success with it. And is there any gaps here that I need to improve and more? This one right here, the notes journal, this one is where I will brain dump any negative things that I am fucking dealing with, right? Things that I just need to get off my fucking mind, things that I need to get out of my head, things that I want to express that I don't really want to say out loud because we all deal with that shit. We all have that self-doubt. We all have that negativity that's floating around in our brain. So when I write it down in here, it's a way for me to just get it the fuck out and move the fuck on. You see, because a lot of you guys have an internal negative thought. You have a negative mindset towards something and you will sit and stir in that shit forever. And then it turns you into something that you don't want to be. It makes you say things you don't want to say, do things you don't want to do, where I'll just express it in here. Sometimes I'll even put it in a journal. I've had a couple of old ones in the past that I've done this with that I've finished where I wrote a bunch of shit down that I ripped out all the pages, tore them up and threw them in the garbage because it wasn't about letting anybody else hear. It was about me just getting it into my fucking journal, getting it out of my head. All right. And the last journal here in front of you guys that I utilize on a continual basis, this one's actually pretty much done. I need to get a new one. But this is the Power List by Andy Frisella. If you guys don't know what this is, you can literally go on his website and get it. All right. Andy Frisella is an individual that I look up to. All right. But I'm just going to read what the Power List is all about. It's on the front page for you guys to give you a little bit of information to see if you want to go buy this book. All right. How to use the Power List. Every day, write 5 critical tasks to complete for that day. If you complete the task, put a check mark next to the task. If you don't complete it, put an X next to the task. If you complete all 5 tasks, that is a win for the day. You win the day. Circle the W at the bottom of the page. If you don't complete the task, that is a loss for the day. Once a task has been done for 21 days straight and has been completed for 21 days in a row, it is considered a habit and you will complete it automatically. You must now remove that task from the list and replace it for a new task. The goal is to win every day. When you create a habit of winning, it creates momentum and confidence. When you win in enough weeks, you win the month. When you win in months, you win the year. When you win in years, you win your life. It's that easy win. I love this thing. Why? Because it gave me a very simple system to be like, okay, I'm in prep season. What are 3 things that I need to get done for my fitness every single day, no matter what, that I'm just seeing visually? And then 2 things for my business, my relationship. And it helped me like just start stacking things and building habits no matter what. Everybody talks about how they don't understand why I'm able to wake up at 3 a.m. every day and go hit the gym, because I made it a fucking habit. They don't understand why I'm able to fucking operate off of 4 to 6 hours of sleep every day, because I made it a fucking habit. It's just done, right? The key to creating a clear and calm mind is getting your fucking thoughts out of your head. I'm gonna say it again. The key to creating a clear and calm mind is getting your thoughts out of your head. A lot of you guys live in here way too often. You live in your fucking brain. You don't say anything out loud. You don't talk about the goals that you want to achieve, because if you spoke about your goals out loud, someone would ridicule you, someone would shit talk you, someone would drag you down. All right, you don't talk about anything that's going on in your brain that's negative because you're scared to express, or you don't have anybody to express to. So fucking go in the Notes app on your phone or get some goddamn journals. Again, these 2 journals, the World Domination one and Notes, I just got from fucking Chapters. It was a bookstore in our city. All right, you guys can go get one right now. The Power List by Andy Frisella, you guys can order online. All right, and let's say you don't want any books. Do what the fuck I told you at the beginning. Go in the Notes app of your phone. All right, go in the Notes app of your phone and start fucking talking. Get it out. But too many of you guys are just living internally in your brain. You're playing the what if game in a negative way. But what if I was to ask you, what if you played the what if game in a positive way? You guys are always like, what if I fail? What if I try and get made fun of? What if they bully me? What if they ridicule me? Why don't we spin that? What if you actually achieved everything you wanted to do? What if you set out to achieve said task and actually did it? You lost the 20 pounds, looked in the mirror, and loved what you see. You started the business and made fucking 6 figures. You spoke to the girl and landed her right away. Play the what if game in a positive light. Stop playing it in a negative one. And a lot of people say it's a lot easier said than done. And when in reality, it's just as easy to say it as it is to do. It is just as easy to achieve the fucking goals you have in front of you than it is to fucking do it in the first place. The key to creating a clear and calm mind is getting your thoughts out of your fucking head. Stop living in the dark abyss that is your fucking skull and start living where your feet are. Start doing what you need to do every day. Get the thoughts out so you can face them, move through them, actually address them. Make sense? I'd like to give homework with this podcast to any individuals that actually want to take action on this, and that would be 2 things. You guys don't even gotta go get a journal. You could do this with fucking random pieces of paper you have in your house, for all I care. But the homework is simple. Every day for the next 7 days, do 2 things every day. The first one, I want you to vocalize into your Notes app. All right, 5 things you're grateful for and 5 affirmations that you would like your life to look like. That's number 1. Number 2, write on a piece of paper, whether it's a notebook or random scrap paper, all right? Brain dumping all the negative shit at the end of the day and all the positive things that happened as well. That's it. Try it for the next 7 days and see how you feel. See if you feel more clear, more collected, more calm. Start getting everything out so you can address it. Now, I usually don't answer questions when it comes down to the live stream, but this podcast is all about mindset, and this individual just asked me, what do you think about meditation? I love it, but I also fucking hate it. You guys know I'm straight up with everything, right? Am I a monk that could sit down and meditate for a shit long time? Absolutely not. It makes me want to lose my fucking mind. However, I understood that it had a lot of benefits. It helps you control your thoughts, not in the way that you can just control everything and never think negatively, but it gives you ideation and tactics in order to move fluidly with the tens of thousands of thoughts that we have in our brain every single day. It also teaches you how to breathe properly so you can control your mind and control your heart rate, calm yourself down. So I utilized an app called Headspace to teach myself the breathing and mindset techniques of meditation. And now what I will do is I will meditate while listening to certain YouTube videos on YouTube and motivational channels and more, or some YouTube meditation videos that I've found as well. The key to a calm and clear mind is getting the thoughts out of your head. If you want to start feeling more mentally at peace, more centered, more happy, more focused, you got to start working on your mindset. You want to lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds? If you don't work on your mindset while you also work on your body, you will fucking fail and go back to where you were. You want to build a business that's making 6+ figures? You need to learn how to control your thoughts. Work on your mindset. Or that self-doubt, that imposter syndrome will creep the fuck in and beat the shit out of you. Start working on your mind. A lot of people in fitness take so much care of their actual muscles on their body, but they neglect their mindset more than anything else. And it's why they're fucking struggling to get anywhere. Take control.